All right, welcome everybody to tonight's info session from Neotech Academy, where we are going to be talking about something that is in the news every single day. I'm sure a lot of you would agree with this, and that is, of course, AI. A lot of people are concerned about this. They're concerned about AI possibly, taking their job. And will AI take your job? I mean, that's who knows? I mean, we really can't say. But I will say this though: studies are now being shown, surveys are being shown that about 80% of U.S. companies are expecting their employees, their contractors, to have AI skills in the next 3 years. So think about that. In the next 3 years, not 5 years, 10 years, not way down the road, but in the next 3 years they expect you, most companies do, to have AI skills. So the people who are proactive are getting ahead of this and they're saying, well, I need to learn AI. I've got to learn as much as I can because if that's the difference between me being promoted or not, or even getting, or maybe transferring to a new job, getting a new job, then I want to get this done. I want to have these skills. So we're going to talk about a boot camp tonight that is designed to give you the skills that you need that if you were trying to learn all this on your own would take a very long period of time. It'll probably take you years, but it's going to take you a very short amount of time. We'll go through that process and what it looks like. We also have made this, and I'll go through the tuition and everything with you in just a little bit. We've also made this extremely affordable for just about anybody. And we've broken it down to where, as far as the tuition goes, where you can get started with very little money, money back guarantee within the first part of it. We're not leaving any stone unturned. We're really addressing every objection somebody would have in getting started. So we give you the tuition. I'll give you a low tuition, money back guarantee. I'll show you all that in just a little bit. And really, it's cutting edge. It's cutting edge information. It's a skill set that you're going to need to have that probably somebody else, if you don't have this skill set, guess what? There are going to be millions of other people out there who will have this skill set. So you want to be as marketable as possible, and you want to, as we like to say, future proof yourself for employment down the road or even where you are right now, because you don't want to be passed over for a promotion because you don't have those AI skills. So our lead instructor for this, his name is Malik. He's going to be on in just a few minutes. He's going to go into more detail about what is covered in this boot camp. We also have one of our graduates from our first boot camp, first AI boot camp that took place not too long ago. His name is Tarek, and Tarek's going to go through his experience. I'll be doing a quick little interview with him. You'll also be allowed to ask him some questions as well by just putting that into the chat. All right. So notice the date up here before I get officially into it. January the 25th. So January the 25th, that's not too far away if you think about it. Can you believe we're already at the end of the year? And we were already in December. Hard to believe. But yeah, January the 25th of next year is when our next boot camp is going to start. So it's really right around the corner. It'll be here before you know it. And we have some extra incentives for you tonight to also help you get started. Okay. So as we start to dive into this, why add AI to your QA skill set? Well, as I was just mentioning to you a moment ago, a lot of people are concerned about this. Is AI going to take my job? So you want to get out in front of it, like we were just talking about. But AI has been around forever. It's not something that really is brand new. I mean, it's been around, or at least the concept has, since the middle part of the last century. It's just that it's become more and more pronounced in our everyday life right now. Again, I'm sure a lot of you would agree with that. If you go to any website, it seems like, there's some bot, asking you a bunch of questions, and it's amazing how intelligent, these bots are based on our answers, and they try to guide us into the right direction. So AI is here. It's not going anywhere. And so we want to get out in front of it. So why add it to your skill set? Again, companies are actively hiring testers who can leverage AI powered tools. So you get a faster employment in the emerging AI QA roles. You got rapid career growth with the next generation of testing skills, higher salaries. This is probably the biggest thing. Someone might ask, well, I don't. Why should I even think about this? Yeah, it's. I get that it's the cutting edge technology. This is probably the big reason right here, higher salaries. And then the question is, what can I do with that higher salary? So if I get a higher salary because I now have these AI skills, you have to ask yourself what you can do with that. What could you do potentially with an extra 20, 30, 40 plus $1,000 a year? Think about maybe you're only taking one vacation a year at this point, but now you can take two vacations. Maybe you can start to, spend more time with the family. Whatever the case may be, that's really up to you. But that's what it boils down to, maintaining employment by having these skills, getting a new job because of these skills, and consequently getting a higher salary on top of that. That's what it's all about. So again, we were talking about this a moment ago, future proofing your QA career with AI skills, high paying opportunities, 100K plus with AI expertise. And here's the big thing, no prior AI background is required. A software testing background is required, but as far as AI, that's where we come in. That's where we're coming in to help train you. So if you don't have a prior AI background, perfect. If you don't know much about AI, that's great because that's what we're here for. That's what we're going to help you out with. And there are positions at top tech companies who are adopting AI testing. As a lot of you already know, if you are involved with software testing, you can work from home on cutting edge AI testing projects. Now, for those of you who don't know who we are, I think most of you on this call and most of you who are watching the recording are probably familiar with us. A lot of you have already been involved with us with our software testing boot camp. But just for some added credibility as far as we're concerned, Course Report, which is very well respected in the IT boot camp industry, they rated us in 2023 as the best QA testing boot camp, as well as 2024. Career Karma rated us as the best software testing boot camp for 2024. We'll see what happens with 2025. We're very optimistic that we'll be able to add some more badges to our page here. Now, again, write this date down if you haven't done so already. January 25th, obviously 2026, coming up right around the corner, another month and a half or so from now. That's where you'll experience our 4-week accelerated course. So think about what you know right now about AI, which might be just a very limited amount. But if you went out there in the real world and you tried to learn all this, what we're going to teach you in 4 weeks, it would take you years. So we're going to compress that into a very short amount of time. Hence why we call it a boot camp, learning a lot of stuff, a lot of important things. If I use the word stuff, I'm not trying to minimize it. You're gonna learn this expertise. You'll become an expert in AI in a very short amount of time, getting hands-on experience. So it's not going to be just a PowerPoint presentation and that's all. No, these are going to be live sessions held via Zoom. If you miss a session, that's okay. We're going to record them. But I don't know about you guys, but I learn best not so much if someone just tells me what to do, but rather if they tell me, yeah, but show me what it is that you're doing. Let me do it, and then you let me know if I'm doing it correctly. By the way, type in the chat if you can relate to that. If that's how, say that's me in the chat, if you can relate to that, where, yeah, that's how I learn as well. It's hard to just, if something has any complexity, it's hard to learn something with someone just telling you. A lot of times you have to be told what to do, yes, but also shown, and then you do it, and the expert shows you if you're doing it correctly. And that's really where we come in. That's what we specialize in. That's how we teach people. And that's how you'll be taught to acquire these AI skills. So starting here, this is where we are right now. So you'll segue into that 4-week accelerated course. After graduation, looking at potential salary increase of anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 with these AI skills. So again, that's what it's really all about. So here's what I want to do. I want to bring Malik on board. Malik is our lead instructor on this. He has a ton of experience teaching others, not just teaching, but actually doing this. And so Malik's going to take over now, and I'll come back on in just a few minutes to interview one of our recent graduates. and go through the tuition, the money back guarantee, and all that good stuff. So, Malik, you want to take it from here?
Okay, thank you very much, Eric. And well, let me share my screen first and proceed. Okay, just a second. All right. So, guys, hello and welcome to this info session. And well, good evening, everybody. And I hope I will be walking you through the important part of the syllabus and relevant things. But before that, let me introduce myself to you so that you know who will lead instructing this course. My name is Malik, and I've been an instructor at NeoTech for 2 years. And prior to that, and currently outside of NeoTech, I've been involved in industry and education for more than 18 years, and my job is related to validation in general and closely related to QA. And I'm too much interested in AI and getting AI involved with things related to computer system validation, along with testing and verification stages of software development. So basically, this course, in terms of teaching it, is quite fit for my own expertise. And basically, the design of the course itself is to fit a career-focused syllabus. So basically, what we are going to teach in this course is a focused syllabus where we help the participants to speed up the process of their testing experience or testing development. Now, we all know as testers that there are stages in testing take a lot of time or a long time to be produced. For example, creating test cases, formulating test cases, covering boundary cases. So basically, these are parts of, they could be complicated and time consuming. With AI integrated, they can be extremely pleasant, and the save in the time and effort could be extremely high in this case. And not only that, also the scripting. When you want to script a specific test, you would need time and also effort and several attempts possibly with locating elements and etc. So AI can be used efficiently in this sense to replace this kind of manual work to automate testing. And it can be fully automated with AI. So all you need to do is just basic prompts that can be integrated in a complete framework. So basically what we are going to have in this bootcamp is integrating AI in the entire framework that you would be using for both front end and back end. So we do not also forget about the back end. We are including it as a complete structure of testing. So we would have proper tools to be taught, and these tools will enable extremely convenient and fast code coverage, extremely rapid case generation, data generation, and etc. So basically, we will have the tools that it may be needed, and also the tools that are popular in terms of industry right now. And these tools will enable you as a candidate to speed up your process, enable yourself to have like a powerful representation of your framework, refactoring your codes quickly and efficiently, etc. So basically, this is the main goal of our bootcamp. How it is divided: basically, we will have like a short introduction just to get you into AI itself and teach you how you can have AI on you or on your local premise, and how to use it, and which will be used later on. And next to that, we will discuss AI and software testing lifecycle in detail. So we will explain, or we will address how AI is fitting in each phase of the testing life cycle, we will create several automation frameworks using AI, but before that, we will integrate or learn how to integrate the tools with user interface or the interaction required by user interface where we have AI that fits for these purposes. We would have a complete framework or maybe a multiple frameworks depending on the application that we will follow. And we will not forget about advanced topics like databases and APIs. So the backend testing is also included with AI. And we also have a part where we discuss performance and load testing, and we make it much easy by integrating it with AI as well. And as a bonus, we do have a module that addresses mobile testing automation with AI. So it is fully automated with AI, but of course you can use it for mobile testing and you can integrate it with real phone or with emulated phone, etc. So that would be also a part of our syllabus. And not to forget, which is an essential part of the bootcamp, the project. So we have an entire project that works based on creating a framework for front end and back end testing, where we integrate everything we learn in the boot camp together. And this one will be also explained around the second week of the boot camp, and we will walk you through the project step by step until you finalize it and create it as a framework that you can present during your interview, or you can present when you require or when you need to have such a discussion related to an AI augmented framework. So in regards to the tools that we will be using, there are actually a number of tools that will be involved, but please do not be intimidated by the number of tools here or their essence, because simply what we will be doing is simplifying their learning process and just integrating them in a whole experience using an IDE where we have these either frameworks or tools or extensions integrated along with the IDE that we will use. And these tools will be explained basically right before using them. So whatever basic information that you may need regarding these tools will be provided. And the frameworks, tools, platforms that we are going to use and deploy during the boot camp will be addressed properly. And again, they are not really complicated. So with basic knowledge of automation testing or testing in general, you would be able to learn those even if you have no idea about any of them at all, but general info related to testing should be enough. All right, in terms of the timetable, so the schedule will be actually 3 days a week. And with these 3 days, we will have 3 hours. So each of these days will be having 3 hours class. So Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Wednesday will be evening time, EST, 7 to 10 p.m. And on the weekend for Saturday and Sunday, we will have somehow mid of the day from the morning until like 2 p.m. So 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. EST for both Saturday and Sunday. And again, this is like the schedule that we will be having for the bootcamp, 3 days a week, 3 hours each class. And this is my part. I will call Eric again. And guys, hope to see you.
All right. Thanks so much, Malik. Well, let me do this. Let me just share my screen one more time here. And I want to bring on board Malik, who is our guest today. And I'm just seeing if Tarek, I'm sorry, Tarek, who is our guest today. Malik is our lead instructor, of course. I'm just seeing if Tarek is with us, if he has managed to make it, or if he needs to get promoted. to a panelist here.
Hello, can you hear me, Eric?
Yes.
I am actually here.
Oh, great. Is this Tarek?
Yes, this is
Okay.
Tarek.
Great, great, great. Because I didn't see you there.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Sure.
Yeah, just wanted to ask you a few questions. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put those into the chat. First question is, how long have you been working as a tester? Because that would be really the only, requirement that you have to do this.
Yeah, I mean for me it's been 7 years, I would say.
Okay.
So it's been a great journey, I would say so far. But yeah, 7 years that I've been working on as automation tester, like different titles, STAT, software tester, test automation engineer, but doing the same thing basically.
Okay, okay. And of course, you're one of our recent graduates, as I was telling everybody a little bit earlier.
Mhm.
Were you using any of the AI tools before the boot camp?
Yeah, like my company, we're implementing like Copilot, GitHub, different AI tool that developers mostly they were implementing. But I would like having sneak peek and checking that all that, and also like as ChatGPT and other tools that I wanted to get in. But yeah, I didn't have much experience as well, like as everyone here who's joining. So it's okay. I mean, I would say if you don't have any experience there as well as an AI.
Great, great, great. So I know that that's a big concern that some folks have is about, not having any experience at all. Uh,
Yeah, it shouldn't be like tester that they were joining. They didn't have any experience. I didn't have any experience before as well, but I'm
right.
like 7 years of working. So, I mean, yeah.
Good deal, good deal, good point. What's been your overall experience of the boot camp?
It's actually great. I mean, it was the first one, as we all know, but the lessons were great thanks to Malik. It was really intuitive. Practices were like the various like of tools. Like I like it as well. You can choose like different tools and getting into because you know everything so far as a tester, you're just implementing AI over it. So it's easier than, getting the bootcamp, software tester bootcamp for sure. And if you're interested in AI, this is like the great opportunity, I would say, as an experienced tester, that I would uh, talk about it.
Okay, got you. And how did you find the Neotech instructors and the assistants? Did you find that to be helpful?
Yeah, I mean, like the Slack channel, you can have basically everything. As I said, Malik was really helpful in everywhere. Like explaining everything, repeating because yeah, we might have like some questions and all that everything. But the assistance, as in the software tester boot camp, it was great. Instructing everything is great, and you can find everything. You can ask questions in the Slack channel, get help when you need it. When you get stuck, some point, some tools you might need some difficulties and all that. But all the assistants were helpful and great as well in that sense.
Got you. Um, so how do you think the tools are going to be helpful as you expand in your career?
Actually, I mean, I already started uh like using these tools. Like for example, creating test cases. As I said, like different tools like we learned Testcraft here, Olama, different AI tools. For repetitive tasks, like as I said, test case creation, it's really helpful. So yeah, I mean, I've already implemented and it's working well. You just like you can choose like variety of tools, as I said, but everything is doing similar things whichever works best for you. But I already started implementing, and uh, it saved me like tons of times, I would say, efficiently and faster.
We've done about a million Zoom calls, but we've had bug after bug tonight. I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on here. So we've been trying to promote you to panelist so everybody can see you, but for some reason it's just not cooperating with us. Um,
no issues. I mean, they can hopefully hear me, so that's the hope.
yeah, but they want to see you also.
Oh yeah,
But no, it's fine. So I'll try to wrap it up. So do you think that the do you, I'm assuming the answer is yes here, but I don't want to be presumptuous.
Mhm.
Do you think the AI skills that you learned are gonna help your CV, help your resume, going forward?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, our company, like we were, I, oh, I think I can join as panelist here. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my video here. All right, hope everyone can
All
hear me
right,
in
there
time.
we go.
Oh man. Yeah, finally, I'm here. So the question was, it's gonna if it's gonna be helpful in my resume, right? Skills.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, as I was saying, our company, like, we had a new tester, and we were looking for also the AI skills that they can implement. For example, working with the tools that we have, as I said, like Copilot and other different tools as well, implementing in AI. So that's also another thing that people are looking for when they interview people. So if you can add that in your resume and you're compatible working with AI, it's gonna definitely help you. So definitely add that in your resume with different tools that you're working on, and also show that you've done something with it. So that's gonna be for sure helpful when you had AI in your resume, because that's the mainstream right now.
So I guess I do have a couple more questions after all, but I was just thinking this. So someone who hasn't done what you've done as far as attaining these AI skills, and they're thinking, well, I don't think I really need this. I'll pass on it. I'll just keep doing what it is I'm doing. Any feedback on that, or what would you say to someone like that who's not really taking AI too seriously?
I mean, they should. They probably see like in the news every day, and getting like very popular these days, and you got to get your skills up to that level as well. So I would say I mean, if you're thinking about it, you're making a mistake from now on. Spoiler alert. So it's basically you got to get up to speed in AI. At some point, like in history, there were no computers, right? They were not working with computers, and then if you can work with the computers at that time, you are in the good shape. So it's like similar thing with AI. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be dangerous and all that, but it's gonna be popular, and we gotta get up to speed on that and get our skills basically compatible to AI. That's how I would say, working as a tester and working in IT for a long time. I could say that.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. And if somebody's on the fence, if they're thinking, well, like I'll just do it sometime down the road. I'm not, I mean, I think I might do this, but maybe sometime way in the future. What would you say to them, the procrastinators out there?
I mean, why in the future? Why not now? Because when it's gonna be more competitive. If you start early and give you a head start, it's gonna be helpful for you. That I would say. So don't be late. I wouldn't be late for example, right now. Even though I have skills, I'm getting more with AI, getting myself into AI zone. So just do it now, and because it's gonna get evolved as well. So you're gonna basically improve yourself in this AI world as well. So just start now and improve yourself with your skill set that you already had, basically.
Great, great, great. Well, Tarek, we appreciate your spending the time with us. I'm just I'll pause for a second here. If any of our attendees have any questions for you, or did we cover pretty much everything? I'll wait a few seconds. Oh, did we? What about pay? So if you don't mind me asking, as far as like pay goes, how well do you think that is? How is that paid off for you? As far as salary is concerned.
I mean, for now, I'm still in my, I mean, current job. It didn't change for now. But of course, if the new roles like that you had, for example, if it's going to get AI involved, it's going to be higher for sure. I'm hearing all that, because if that is like heavily AI involved jobs, uh, it's going to have more salaries. I mean, I don't know the numbers right now, basically, but it's going to be more for sure, because you're going to be doing a lot heavily in AI zone, and having on top of your skills, of course, you're going to be demanding more as well. So that I would
True,
say for
true.
numbers. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Tarek, we thank you so much for being with us. And I appreciate you, bearing with us for the little glitch there. But thank you so much for
That's all right.
sharing your experience. And I'm sure everybody else is appreciative as well.
All right. Thank you so much, and good luck, everyone.
Yeah. All right, guys. So what we'll do is I will get back over here to sharing my screen. There we go. And let me move this out of the way. So just, like Tarek was alluding to, now he's a more recent grad, but you think about and you can look all this up for yourself. You can look up software, QA engineer with AI skills, what that's going to get you and potentially, in your area. So when we're done today, just go to Glassdoor, go to Indeed, go to LinkedIn, wherever it is, whatever job board that you normally go, and you'll be able to see for yourself. And when we start to go through the tuition in a second, you're going to think, man, this is pretty much nothing. I'm paying hardly anything to get a skill set that could potentially increase my salary by, 20 plus grand a year. I mean, as at a minimum potentially. And who couldn't use an extra $2,000 a month? These are just some of the companies. Again, those of you who are already graduates of our other boot camps, or you're here live or you're watching the recording. You already know this part, but some of the other guys probably don't. That we put graduates into major companies all around the world, and organizations. Social Security Administration, but also CBS, United Airlines, Tata Consultancy, Walmart, Cisco, you name it. So we've got the recognition as being, top software testing and boot camp out there a couple of years in a row. And now we're integrating AI with this as well. But let's go through the tuition because I know this is the big thing that you guys want to know about. And we're keeping this super, super affordable, guys. And you're not even paying this right up here. This is our regular tuition. That's the 11.99 tuition. Because this is still considered to be more of a newer boot camp for us. Tarek is one of our initial graduates. We're doing $200 off of that. We're also doing an early bird discount. So if you are signing up over the next few days, then we'll give you an extra $200 off in addition to the new boot camp discount. And that'll bring that tuition all the way down to less than $800, $799. And that's not even required all up front. It's two installments actually of $399 at the beginning and then 400 during the actual boot camp. So you're not even putting the whole thing up front. You're paying in two installments. Again, we're making it super, super affordable. If you are an alumni, let us know when you reach out to us because there's an additional discount available over and above what I just mentioned to you. If you were referred by a Neotech student or alumni, contact us, let us know, and I'll give you the contact information in just a second. But the tuition is already super low as it is, but we're going to bring it down even lower for you. Okay. Again, you're going to learn a lot and you're going to learn more than, in 4 weeks. And it would take you, years out there just trying to figure all this stuff out on your own. So what if I change my mind later? Well, because there's no deposit, there's no application fee, and you don't pay anything until the boot camp actually kicks off. You don't pay before. You can cancel for free anytime until the boot camp starts. We give you a 7-day money back guarantee. It's only a 4-week course. So 7 days, you're completing 25% of it, and then you can ask for your money back, 100% refund, no questions asked. Um, I don't think you will try to get a refund. I think you'll probably want to stick around for the whole full 4 weeks. We've made this super affordable, a very easy way to learn also. So to learn more about the boot camp, here's what you do. Go to neotechacademy.com. You can book a call with our admissions team, neotech.live/call. If you're not ready to call, submit your interest. Go to neotechacademy.com/apply, but secure your spot now. Again, it'll be here before you know it. And we'll work with you a little bit before the actual boot camp begins. We'll have some things for you to do. So you don't want to wait until the last minute. Email us for any questions, team@neotechacademy.com. Schedule a phone call, neotech.live/call, or you can simply call us directly at 929-566-3919. All right. So what we'll do is here as we wrap this up, we didn't really have any questions during our alumni there when he was on, but typically what happens is when people do have a question, it's pertaining to the tuition. So what I'll do is I'll bring up the tuition one more time. I'll invite Malik to come back if he wants to. There he goes. He's joining us now. So if you want to ask us any questions as we wrap this up, feel free to fire away. If you have some specifics on the course itself, here's the man in charge of that, Malik. He'll be glad to address any questions that you have. So we'll wait a little bit here, a few seconds in the chat. But again, if you don't have anything right now that you can think of, reach out to us. Like I said, we've made this super, super affordable. If you take advantage of those, the early bird discount, an extra 200 off that takes it down to a little under $800. And you think about what you can potentially get from that, So I always look at things from a risk reward perspective. So your risk is $800. That's your risk. What can it potentially do for you year after year after year after year, making you potentially many, many, many more times than that? So I don't see any questions here in the chat. Actually, we do. I'm sorry. We just got one that popped up here. Can you see that one, Malik? It just popped up.
Yeah, sure. Will we be able to install the tools ourselves? Sure. I mean, these tools are quite straightforward, and for the ones that they need some technical guide, either we will have a short video for them, or I will address their installation during the class. So you'll be guided through the process, either by a video or a written text within slides or from the documentation of the tool, as well as the guide itself during the class. So could you do it on your own? I would say 90% of the tools and extensions or the platforms can be done on your own, but some of them, like the 10% left, would need some guide, yeah.
All right. And that was from Anafiana. So Anafiana, was that, and I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Forgive me if I'm not, but did that address your question? And if anybody else has one before we let you go.
Well, okay, great. Since you had the boot camp before, that means you already know what automation testing. So let me just address your question properly and try to understand. If you have previous experience with automation testing, you understand what automation testing is, you know the phases of automation testing and its components, so you know how to automate a test, then in that case, you can join our bootcamp with no problem, with no hesitation. But if you don't have that previous experience, we will not be able to cover frameworks and stuff related to testing. I mean, QA testing and QA engineer relevant syllabus within this bootcamp. So if you had this previous experience before, it should be okay for you to go ahead and start this bootcamp. Okay.
And a follow-up is, will there be test data to play around with?
Yeah, sure. Well, definitely. And the good thing that we will have is a tool that will generate synthesized data for us, semi-real. So we will have a touch on an AI integrated tool that generates data for us. Where we have a real, platform or web application or an application backend, front end to test with, definitely we do. So we do have that set in place and we will use it as well.
Yeah, and guys, keep in mind it's a week refund period. like I was saying, you're completing actually 25% of the boot camp, 1/4 of it. And that's more than enough time. That's more than sufficient to figure out if this is for you or not. But that's all part of the process. No questions asked. If you decide, hey, it's not for me, you'll be able to attend it for 7 days and then ask for your money back. And the tuition, like I said, is, as I'm sure you've seen, is extremely affordable, extremely affordable. All right. Okay, guys, if there's nothing else, we appreciate you joining us. We're glad we could convey this information to you. Thanks so much to our guest today, Tarek, and of course, our lead instructor, Malik. And if you have any questions for us, guys, that you think of after this is done, you see the contact information up here. However you want to reach out to us is really up to you. But for those of you who are doing this, congratulations. Hopefully, it's a lot of you, so you can take control of your career, really future-proof your career. So we will talk to you later. Take care, guys.